Even started bringing on guests just to fawn over her, tell us how amazing Caitlyn is. They ask people like it's a therapy session for all the doubters who missed the train. And if anyone dares to challenge a narrative now, well, they get side-eye like someone who claps when a plane lands, because in the church of ESPN, Caitlyn Clark is now canonized SD3 of Iowa. And while they're frantically building altars and carving her name into the Mount Rushmore of W coverage, Caitlyn's just out. They're hooping like it's Tuesday. She's not asking for praise, she's demanding it with every shot. And the fans, they knew long before ESPN ever stumbled onto the realization the fans had the receipts, the merch, and the nosebleed seats from game one. They've been screaming her name while the big networks were still figuring out how to pronounce Iowa. Without yawning now that Clark's highlights are raking in views, ESPN is using them like Bitcoin, posting, reposting, remixing, and monetizing like they're trying to pay off their collective guilt. They act like they were rooting for her all along, like those guys who say they knew Bitcoin was a good investment. After it hit 60K, we see you.
For Caitlyn Clark, this is her first game back in 4 or 5 games after dealing with the quad injury. And she did not disappoint. Came out with 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, almost a triple-double. But 7 3-pointers, y'all. And she was hitting them from 40 feet. Like, she was literally shooting from anywhere, and it was cashing out. In fact, at one point in time, she hit a ridiculous one that Stewie just had to throw her hands up, and they laughed all the way back down the floor because even she knew it was.
And the irony, the more ESPN tries on the narrative, the more obvious it is that they never led the charge. They're just desperately trying to catch up to momentum. Clark created all by herself. She didn't need ESPN to become a sensation. ESPN needed her to stay